Fixed width files have library data in neat columns. Here's what they look like. One of the problems with these is that they allow just a certain amount of space for each field of data. So, if you have a song title or an artist name that is longer than the space allows, some of the data will be truncated or cut off. See with this song by Dolly Parton and Ricky Van Shelton, it's cut off the last few letters of his name. Music One can readily import a file like this, but what you see is what you get. It's for this reason that if you have a choice when you export your library data from your automation system or from your old music scheduler, if you have the option, make the file format either tab delimited or comma separated. With those, you won't have this kind of problem and you'll get all of the data from every field. Here's how to import one of these into Music One. Open the menu, Import from Track List. To locate the file that you're going to import, click the first Browse button. The file is usually going to have an extension of .txt, but there is a chance that it might have a different extension. If it does, you can change the setting down here from star.txt to star.star, and then Music One can look at all of the file types. Double-click on the file that you're going to import. Your path and file name will then appear on the first line. Click to the Define Fields screen. On this screen, we tell Music One how many data fields are going to be imported, and then we link each data field to the song records. My file has 4 fields: title, artist, length, and cart number. I click the Insert button 4 times. And now I have to attach a name to each of these 4 fields. The first field is going to be my artist. Select the first line and then go to the Field Type area and open the Type Selection box. Every type of field that can be found on a Music One song card can be found here. If the data is in your file, then it can be imported into Music One. I select Artist 1. If my records include a second artist for duets, then I would also add an Artist 2 field. Select the second field, and then go back to the Field Type box and select Title. Then select line 3, and that is the length. And select line 4, and that will be the cart. All of your data appears down below. Click on one of the records and the information for that record appears in the selection field right here. Now, a fixed width file can have a lot of information and they can be very wide. With some of them, the song data may be far off to the right, more than is available on this space right here. In such cases, you can click the cursor into this selection field and use the arrow on your keyboard to move it over to the right until the needed data becomes visible. The final step is making the precise link between the data field type and the field of data information down below. Click to select Artist 1. In the Song Selection field, carefully select the artist's name and include all of the empty space after the name over to just before the first letter of the title. And then click the Set button. You'll see the artist name now appears in the Artist 1 contents. If you click on a different song line in your data list down below, then the artist name on that song line will appear. Do the same with title. First, select Title on line 2, and then carefully select every bit of information of the title field, from the first letter all the way over to just before the length, and then click Set. On to Length. Select the field above, and then select the song length. With this field, you don't necessarily have to select everything over to the next field, since all of your song lengths are going to be just 4 characters. That is, unless you have some songs or some program records that run longer than 9 minutes. In that case, you should have one of those long songs selected as your example, and then select the 5 character spaces that would appear in the time field for that song. The final field is Cart. Select it above, and then select the cart data and set it. Once this is done, click to File Preparation, and click the Import button, and in comes your data.